Hello, my name is Susie Rivera and I'm from LAS 510. I'm going to present a book talk to you today on the book My Life in France by Julia Child with Alex Perdholm. Picture Paris in your mind. What do you see, hear, and smell? Step into the shoes of famous culinary master Julia Child as she travels with her husband Paul to Paris, France in 1948. Discover quaint Parisian shops, delectable cuisine, and charming cafes where food is considered an art form. I love to cook myself, and I was hooked by the very first pages of this memoir. If you like true stories and appreciate good food, you will love this book. Listen as I read a passage from the very first chapter of My Life in France. Julia and Paul have arrived in Le Havre, a port city on the west coast known for its fresh fish and oysters. So just look at this photo and picture yourself at this cafe in Paris, enjoying a lovely lunch. Suddenly, the dining room filled with wonderfully intermixing aromas that I sort of recognized but couldn't name. Rouen is famous for its duck dishes, but after consulting with the waiter, Paul decided to order sole meunière. It arrived whole, a large, flat Dover sole that was perfectly browned in a sputtering butter sauce with a sprinkling of chopped parsley on top. The waiter carefully placed the platter in front of us, stepped back, and said, "Bon appetit!" I closed my eyes and inhaled the rising perfume. Then I lifted a forkful to my mouth, took a bite, and chewed slowly. The flesh of the sole was delicate, with a light but distinct taste of the ocean that blended marvelously with the browned butter. I chewed slowly and swallowed. It was a morsel of perfection. There are many descriptions similar to this one, and you can almost smell and taste the cuisine Julia describes. This is an excellent book, as you can tell from its reviews. My Life in France chronicles Julia Child's journey from learning the French language to earning her diploma from the famous Parisian cooking school, the Cordon Bleu. She begins a friendship with Louisette Bertholle and Simone Beck, which leads to the idea of collaborating on a French cookbook for Americans. This memoir illustrates the birth of Mastering the Art of French Cooking, the cookbook that later became an American classic. You may have seen the film Julie and Julia, which is partly based on this book. You will finish this memoir feeling as if you had been the one who traveled to Paris. If you enjoyed this book, there are several others that you may also like. For example, if you would like to try out some of Julia Child's recipes, you could check out her cookbook, Mastering the Art of French Cooking. She has written several others as well. I can also give you some suggestions in terms of read-alikes. The Tummy Trilogy by Calvin Trillin is a collection of essays that he wrote for The New Yorker about good American eats. New York Times restaurant critic Ruth Reichel's book, Tender at the Bone, is a memoir that will have you salivating. And finally, The Tenth Muse, My Life in Food, is an autobiography by Julia Child's editor, Judith Jones, who is credited for discovering many well-known culinary masters, including Lydia Bastianich. Finally, I will leave you with a bookmark to take home. I have included the title and author of this book as well as its location in the library. This book is an autobiography, so it's under B for biography, followed by the person's last name. I have also included Julia Child's recipe for crepes on the back of the bookmark. Happy reading and cooking!